Hi, howdy, welcome back. I am exhausted, but before that, if this is your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit like. If this is not your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit subscribe, then like, either or, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Hair is wild. I had to wash it and wet it and get it to not look like a bird's nest today. If you can't tell by the title of today's video, we are going to be looking at Lethal Cosmetics palette called Dreamsign. I have multiple palettes I am working through because apparently my way of dealing with stress the couple weeks before having a baby was to just order makeup palettes I desperately wanted, and yeah, that's gonna bite me in the butt later. We'll find out. But this one I actually pre-ordered months ago. I ordered it with the Lethal is Dead collab that Lethal Cosmetics did with Teresa is Dead. But I remember looking at this thinking, this looks a lot like a palette I had from Tom Ford and another one that I had gotten that is like a Venus palette. And this quality is a lot better, just as a heads up if you've ever tried Lethal Cosmetics or if you're thinking about trying Lethal Cosmetics. This is actually a pretty good quality. Now, for those of you that have never heard of Lethal Cosmetics, let's run into the spiel real fast. We are a cruelty-free and vegan company, or they are, I should say. They are out of Berlin, Germany. Amazing formula. This is not their first palette I have reviewed, but this is the first one I bought just because I was thinking, ooh, fall. To be fair, I was thinking that months ago, though, because I have been sweating due to pregnancy nonstop, and now that I'm done sweating, I'm so excited by fall. I know, seems silly. Okay, now it says it has a 24-month lifespan. I want to be upfront. A lot of these eyeshadows actually last quite a bit longer than the posted amount of time. They post that due to legal reasons. So honestly, in my case, I wing it. If it doesn't smell bad, if it still has the same color payoff, all of that, I keep it. If it smells bad, guys, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. It doesn't matter how dear the palette is to you, just get rid of it. So we are going to take a peek at this. And you'll notice it's titled one of my fall palettes. So I'm just going to swatch this for you. Let's go over the colors names first. We've got, we'll start on the top corner and go over. We've got Vertigo, Lucid, Numb, Loom, Torment, Daybreak. Somehow fitting for the yellow. Insomnia, Syncope, Stargaze. And I'm going to swatch these. Give you guys just a show. Let you see how it looks. I am so excited to be doing this video. I have been trying for a week now to do... Ooh, that one's really good. I always forget how good that one is. Actually, I think I've used this palette like once because I've spent most of the last whatever pregnant and getting up at 4 in the morning, and the time it takes to take my insulin and check my sugar and all that, I was not left with a lot of time to do makeup. That is your top row. That's actually pretty good, especially the middle one. Let's see, wait a second. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. The yellow Vertigo is not my favorite. Like, I don't necessarily like the way it swatches or applies, but their matte formula is something I just absolutely die over. And as you can tell by the Lucid swatch, they do have a really good metallic. It's just this yellow for some reason is a little clunky, if that makes sense. So yeah, a lot of my palettes have gotten left to sit there, so to speak, just because I didn't have time in the mornings. I work a 5 a.m. shift at Walmart every other week. I have a rotating schedule. I work 5 to 2, which means I have to get up at 4. Now, I love these 3 colors. This just like screams fall to me. Think pumpkin patch, think sunflowers, think fall leaves. But with the checking of the sugar and the multiple dosings of insulin, because I was taking anywhere between 2 and 4 needles worth of insulin at a time, depending on the dosage and the hour, and my blood sugar, it was on a sliding scale. I just didn't have time to put on makeup. I just didn't. It ate out a good 15 to 20 minutes of my morning. I'm not gonna lie, for the first couple weeks when I just had to give up makeup, I felt absolutely naked at work. I kind of feel like there is a certain level of personality and professionalism that comes across with makeup application. Let me explain. And here's my last row. Woo! This bottom one is a green. In case it's not coming through really clearly, it's actually like an olivey green. I don't know, like some of this, I might actually just sit down and rearrange these, because actually the Lethal Cosmetics has, and this is the back of the palette, to pop out the color so you can rearrange it however you like. And that way it's a little bit more intuitive for you. I mean, honestly, I would probably put the blues and the grays together. I tried to make a video for this palette 4 days ago, and the baby started crying, and I gave up. Like every time I thought he was asleep, I would try. We're going to use my Too Faced 24-hour Shadow Insurance as a primer. Every time I would try, he would wake up crying. I either had pottied or want to be held or wants to eat, which is totally normal for like a 2-week-old. Well, he was 1.5 weeks at that point. So I didn't hold it against him. I just had to give up on doing this at night, because he still thinks nighttime is a time to wake up and party and daytime is sleepy time. If you can't tell by the purple circles under my eyes, clearly mommy is a little tired, but thankfully I've got enough weeks left of maternity leave. Hopefully he should have his days and nights sorted out. In case anybody is questioning, yes, I said I work for Walmart. Yes, I'm on maternity leave. And believe it or not, Walmart actually has a really generous maternity leave policy. This is my second kid with them. Well, working for them, I should say. Not with them, that makes it sound like they might have produced the kid in the back, kind of like deli meat. That's not how that worked. But they actually have a really generous maternity leave policy. And then they also, on top of that, have a bonding time leave as well. And you are, let's just be upfront, paid 100% of your wages while you're on either. So I am not too worried. I just trying to figure out how I'm going to do the shifts where I work at 5 a.m. And I guess my husband's gonna have to buck up and take some of those. When I had my last son, I was a fresh cab supervisor for 1 to 10. And I stayed up to a certain point in the night, and then I would go to bed and he would take it from there until he left for work. And I would get up usually around 9:30 or 10. Take care of the baby, do all that stuff, go to work. It worked out really well. The rotating shifts is gonna be a little harder, but I'll figure it out. Like, we'll get it. Okay. Obviously, we're gonna do this middle row here, because I really wanna play with this middle row. And then we're going to do something involving one of the sparklier colors on the other eye. But I just want to show off what this can do. I want the orange first. And I am trying to get more use out of my Sigma brushes, because honestly, I think they're just so-so. But I paid for them, and I am determined to either get them to work right. Ooh, fallout. That was my fault. I did not tap. It does fall out a little bit with this company, but not as much as what just happened. I think part of it is the brushes as well. I don't think they are necessarily... They pick up a lot of pigment, as you can see. And it is actually really pretty orange. Like, I feel like fall is not given enough credit. Yes, I am that girl that lives for flannel weather and campfires and all of that. And I'm okay with being that person. Because I live in the Great Lakes region and summer around here is, I'm gonna be upfront, miserable. Just 90s to 100s and miserable. Okay. Okay, did anybody else pick up this palette? Has anybody else heard of this palette? I think this is like a great grungy fall to winter palette. It's the colors, I'm not gonna lie. I like their formula no matter what. So, I'm gonna do a review of several what I would call fall colored palettes. Yay. Hopefully knock some out in the course of the next couple days while he's sleeping during the daytime. And then I would also like to do, it's like a palette challenge. At some point I'm going to have to declutter my eyeshadows. That's like not even up for question. I'm gonna have to. Some of them I got them, and I'm just not happy with them. Let's go in for the yellow up here. Like, I mean, some of them, you're looking at them going, I bought you, I was curious to try the brand, I regret trying the brand, I regret the waste of money, or it did not perform like you thought it would. Kind of like the Sigma brushes. Now, I love the Sigma brand. I love Lethal Cosmetics. Just some things, let's face it, some companies just don't do as well as you would expect. But anyway, off topic. Going to do several fall palettes. I'm also going to try and do, it's like a 1-week challenge. Pull out some of my less used palettes, challenge myself to use them for a week, sometimes 2 weeks straight, just to see what kind of looks I can get out of them. And then I am going to post some of those looks. And I'm not gonna lie, some of these palettes, this will be how I decide if I declutter them, if I can actually use them and not regret the looks or not feel like I am pushing it too far. That yellow definitely stains the brush, but I have a really good, that is one thing Sigma makes really well. Not brushes. Their eye makeup's really good, not their lipstick, at least not their liquid lipstick. Lethal? Okay, the company that makes this palette, try their liquid lipstick. If you've never heard of them and have never tried it and like liquid lipstick, try their liquid lipstick. You will love it. I can pretty much guarantee that. It reminds me, I'm gonna do a review. I have a couple of their liquid lipsticks. I'm gonna do a review, let you guys see how well it performs. The Lethal Cosmetics liquid lipstick. Show it to you guys, let you see how well it performs. There we go, that brown is beautiful. Now, if you like these colors and potentially want to get these a little cheaper and not necessarily wait for the ship time from Berlin to here, I would suggest ColourPop Sunflower palette. Like, they have a really pretty one that I bought it, fell in love with it. I use it all the time, even when it's not fall. I'll have to do a video of just what I would consider fall palettes that I have. You're gonna probably see a lot of thematic color series. And some of them that you could probably dupe one for the other. That's okay. Okay, this is such a soft and blendable formula. I love this friggin' formula. Okay, so as you can see, we have the deepening in the corner. We've got the yellow, we've got the orange, but we have this section that's still empty. And this is where we're gonna try out the Vertigo. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of this color. Like, I like a lot of what Lethal Cosmetics does, but I feel like this color just comes off weirdly chunky. Okay, there we go. That actually came out really nice. Let's blend a little bit. Here's the part I want to show you. I did apply with my finger. It was more of a tap. Yeah. You see the sparkles. Like I said, for some reason, this color specifically is a chunker. Like it goes everywhere, and I don't know why. Like if you try the rest of their like metallic line, you're gonna see a really solid product that doesn't tend to do this, but this would be one of the rare exceptions. And I don't know why. This, in case you're curious, yes, this is how I do apply some things before work, depending on if it is a chunky or glittery topic. We might have to photograph this out later. Okay, it does not blend well, but I think I put on too much. Yeah, just this color. Like, I have never really had this big of a problem with a lot of their other colors, and a lot of their other stuff is just beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, beautiful. Just this one effing yellow. To bring it a little closer. Now, if I was putting on eyeliner, I would be putting on probably Marc Jacobs Brownie. It is a ruddier brown to eyeline, flick out, and then put mascara. Now with the mascara, I would probably want to go with a brown mascara, weirdly, to keep it all in the same color thing. But if you're of a black mascara persuasion, I would suggest probably Fenty or Lancome Hypnosis. Let's try the other eye. Let's see what else we can do. Oh my goodness. You know what? We're gonna try the blue. The blue. In the corner. Now, I almost never ever wear blue mascara. Not mascara, but see, yep, and I did not flick, and it's showing fallout, but it's not terrible fallout. I've had some makeups where the fallout was just ungodly. Not much of a blue eyeshadow person. I don't know. Okay, I know exactly why I'm not a blue eyeshadow person. I have green eyes. Everybody takes one look at me, assumes between the hair and all that, my eyes are blue. I have green. They're a light green, actually, that have yellow in them. And I think my frustration with the blue is everybody sees the blue mascara and assumes the eyes match. Mascara. Eyeshadow. I am very tired. Just ready to crash. Ready to crash. I know everybody's thought is, well, while he's sleeping, why don't you take a nap? Okay, that's not going to be possible when I go back to work. And I know it seems like I'm torturing myself now because it's not going to be possible when I go back to work. No, it's not torturing myself. It's reality. I cannot get used to sleeping during the day. That's not something I'm going to be able to keep doing. Let's get the gray out now. Like, I feel like the gray has got a little bit of a blue tone to it. So this should... at some point I'm going to have to get my eyebrows shaped. Again, I have not done that in months. Yet again, pregnant, working full-time, husband's heart. Just was not there. Just the energy to do certain things was just not there. And as you can see, that gray, let's click this off, definitely had a blue tone to it. So this thing looks like a wall of blue, but two different shades of blue. And then for grins and giggles, we're just gonna put this one in there because this is actually a slightly different color. This is definitely more of a teal. Okay, that is a really pretty teal, and it goes on really well. And if you're looking at my face, you'll notice there is not as much fallout from the teal as we got from the gold. So actually, I really like this one. I'm gonna do a lot of really fallish looks, and then just to deepen that corner, the blue's about as dark as this is getting. In case anybody's wondering, my older son is actually with my mom today. I am on a 40-pound weight restriction because of the C-section. So it's just me and the younger boy today. So it's a little bit different. I'm gonna roll with it, try it out. I may take my son for Eggs Benedict, or I might take me for Eggs Benedict and him for chalky milk after I pick him up. We'll find out. See, and that is kind of the problem. I probably should have started off with the grayish blue as the transition, did the dark blue in the corner and stuck this there, and then transitioned maybe with a yellow. So that's kind of my fault, but let's get closer with the teal. See how pretty that is? See how nicely that went on? And we can still see glitter going from the yellow, but see what I mean by fall to wintry? Okay guys, have any of you guys tried this palette? What do you guys think of Lethal Cosmetics? I enjoy them, but I would love some feedback, y'all. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments down below. Are you guys in the mood for fall palettes yet? Are you guys in the mood for fall? Is it cool where you're at? I'm not gonna lie, 2 days before fall hit up here, our weather dropped from like, felt like 90. And it looked like 90 on the weather app, down to like the 70s, and then the last couple of days have been in the 60s, and I have loved it. Loved it. Like my evening weather, and look at this. See, this stuff does not want to come off. It is highly pigmented. My weather around here finally went down to 40s and 50s at night. Not quite to heater weather yet, but definitely not running sweat weather. Does not want to come off. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get together a series of fall palettes just to show you guys, compare some color stories, see what you guys think. Leave some comments down below what you feel are your best fall palettes. Definitely feeling this one more. This is definitely not my normal style. The blues are not always for me. Greens, yes, because I think they actually accentuate my eyes more. Okay. We are going to see how my hair fares. Now, I got a lot of sun damage this year. A lot of sun damage. My hair is still wet. I'm going to throw that out there. A lot of sun damage this year. So a lot of my hair ended up really pale, really blonde, really dried out from all the gardening and the lawn work and all that crap. But in the last month of my pregnancy, my hair started coming in a little darker than it normally does. Like the root area, like I'm a natural blonde, is coming in a dark blonde to light brown. Now my OB says that could be a byproduct of the pregnancy and hormones, and it may go away by the 6-month marker, or it might be permanent. All I gotta say is if I'm going to be a light brunette, my eyebrows better follow. Because you see how light these bad boys are. But I have some eyebrow. Okay, that is my little side rant. Sorry for the day. Guys, be safe. Thank you for watching. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this brand or if you like this palette or what you're really feeling for fall. I'm going to try and bring up a couple more greens, some more oranges, give you guys a little bit more. Okay, thanks. Have a nice day. Be safe. Wear your mask. Social distance. Wash your hands. Delta variant is on the surge, and a lot of areas are having a higher contraction rate or higher death rate than they were expecting. So be careful. Thanks.